Hello, Andrew again, and covering another topic of discussion. So today's is talking about a product. So when you're talking about a product, it can be your own company's product, and if you're in sales, that's a bit more detailed. This is more the layman's kind of description. This is the kind of thing that, yeah, you work for the company, but you're not a salesperson. You're not trying to sell the product. However, you do want the person to understand what it is you do and what kinds of things you're capable of and your company is capable of. So you do want to sell a little bit, but you don't want to sound like a salesman. Okay, so today's discussion is going to be what do you do? How do you go about something like that? Okay, so I've written up here the main question of talking about a product and what are the most useful things. Who, why, and what. These are your core. Who are you helping? Who is the customer? Who is the person that is going to be most interested in the product? Now, maybe the person you're talking to is that who, but maybe it's just who that person knows. Okay? In today's society, we often rely on the organic growth of a business through any channel. And the networking and connections can sometimes bring in even surprising amounts of business. Just a casual conversation can result in a multi-million-dollar deal coming about. So the who would be interested in this? And you want the listener to understand that who so that they can make those kinds of connections for you. Okay? When you talk about the who, you want them to define the who. What is it that they want? Okay? The who, what kind of business can be the customer looking at your product? What one is it that attracts you? What are your best customers? If you have some trouble with this, what you can do is you can look at your best customers. You can look at the people who continue to come back to you time after time after time. These we call clients rather than customers. Okay? So in my discussions, and I talk to my students, I always use client as somebody who is a repeat customer. Okay? And somebody that is a super fan is a client that also finds you customers and other clients. Okay? So those are the kinds of people that you want to look at. What do they have in common? What things about them and their businesses are what keep them coming back to you? And when you look at those things, that's the kind of things you then need to express to this other person. Okay? So for example, here at ULC, our core business is Japanese, Korean, and Chinese housewives. Okay? Those are our core business during our daytime hours. Now, our evening classes, it's professionals who are Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. So when we look at that, we look at the common threads of those, and we say, our core business, the people who are most interested in our products, are foreigners who are living here in Singapore, particularly foreigners from China, Korea, and Japan. Okay? So now I've summarized by looking at our best customers and brought it down to the core basic. Okay? You can expand on that if the person's interested. If not, you can move on to the next point, which is why. Why are they interested in you? Okay? Why is your best customer continually coming back and giving you money? Okay? So then you need to address that. You look at their whys. For us, it's people who want that community. Language is kind of secondary in ours. It's more of the community, the comfort level of being able to practice the language and not worry about stressful situations. Most of the people here become friends and even associate with each other outside of class. They'll go have coffee or go have lunch together after class. So that's the culture that we've created here. So that gives the why. Why do they come? They come because they enjoy being here. Okay? What? What do we offer? Okay? Now, this is where it is very easy to become a bit of a salesperson. But keep it light. Okay, so for example, here at ULC, we offer a general English course, and that's our core product. Our secondary product are corporate classes, where we send a trainer to a location, to a business that wants to improve a group of their employees. And then the last part is private lessons. And private lessons kind of catch everybody else, from people who do test preparation to presentation improvement and those kinds of products. Okay? Now, I've given you the more in-depth one. Okay? If I wanted to step it back and keep it very simple, we do English courses, both general and private. I kept it down to a single sentence. Now, that's where you have to look at your audience, which is a real key point. Look at your audience, how much detail do they want? Okay? And then tailor what you want to say to them. Okay? There are two more, where and when, okay? But these generally are less useful. Depending on what your business is and what your product is, you might need them and you might need to say them. But in general, most conversations, that's a more in-depth kind of conversation. And you let the person ask you the question and then you answer that one. So I hope that gives you a good idea of how to start off a conversation about a product. This can be any kind of product, whether it be something that is generally what you have or what your business product is. So I hope you found that informative. If you did, please leave a comment below. Please check out our LinkedIn company page. Also, there's a link in the description, and I hope to see you next time.